Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Joy of Stick. Stickhead here with your Atari ST gaming channel. Today we continue our little foray into the Capcom library of Atari ST games with this one. It's Bionic Commando, and did you see that title page? Kind of looked like it was drawn by a 5-year-old. Oh well. Now, Bionic Commando was released in Japan by Capcom in the arcades as Top Secret, it was called, in 1987. By the designed by the legendary Tokaru Fujiwara, who did the Commando arcade as well. It's kind of a sequel of sorts. I'm not sure if he intended it to be a sequel when he was designing it, but it certainly kind of became one. I think when it was released in the West, they changed the name from Top Secret to Bionic Commando, to suggest that it was a bit of a sequel. You know, if you liked Commando, play this game that's entirely different, but hey, it's got some things in common. But yeah, Tokaru Fujiwara made Commando, but before that he made a game called Rock and Rope, which had this kind of grappling hook mechanic, which obviously Bionic Commando is famous for. Now, it's quite famously the game that you can't jump. You can't jump in this game. A platform game where you can't jump is madness. But so innovative. So, you know, you don't jump, you use your bionic arm to move between the platforms. Very cool. Now, I was going to say my first, but it pretty much is my only experience of Bionic Commando was on the Nintendo, the NES. And, you know, NES being the NES, when it did arcade conversions, it very much did its own thing. It didn't kind of follow the arcade, really. I mean, it took the bionic arm concept, but then did its own thing with it and made a really exceptional game. It's a really good game. And I also played, is it called Bionic Commando Rearmed, I think? Was it on Xbox 360? I think it was. Like I don't want to call it a remake, it wasn't. It was like a reboot or something, whatever you want to call it. It was a modern reimagining of Bionic Commando, and that was really enjoyable. But I've never played the arcade, and I've never played the ST version, so it should be interesting. The ST version, by the way, was released in 1988. Again, we've got Software Creations making this one, so that's David Broadhurst. He made LED Storm that we played last time, and Ghouls and Ghosts, which is a cracker, Bubble Bobble, which is one of my favourite ST games of all time. And again, we've got music by Mike and Tim Follin. You can kind of hear their distinctive arpeggiated runs in the background, which is really cool. But take a look at this box art. Oh my word. Again, it says Capcom, giants of the video games industry, so hats off, caps off, if you will, for that. That's incredible. But look at the art here. Is this worse than the Mega Man art? The famously bad Mega Man 2, is it, art? For the NES? That's just so bad. Is this one worse? No, it's not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Oh dear. Okay, let's have a look at the back then, so we can get a bit of a hint of the story and start to get immersed. It says, 10 years have passed since the devastating war when the enemy's secret Zargon missiles destroyed our civilization. How could they do such a thing? The only hope we have of regaining our homeworld and rebuilding our lives lies in the hands of our elite force of bionic commandos. I think that's us. With their telescopic limbs, sophisticated weaponry and bionic power, they must infiltrate the enemy bases, destroy the deadly foe, and neutralise their doomsday weapons. Man, they've destroyed the world once. They're not content. They want to do it again. Your skill and their bionic powers are our only hope. Oh dear, in that case, we have very little hope indeed. Alright, let's just dive in. This is what we do, right? We dive in, we play the game, we see what it's like. I've got the manual, so if we need to have a look at that, get some more info, we'll do that. I've also found some magazine reviews, so stay tuned for those at the end, and we'll see what contemporary critics thought of the game at the time. A lovely Tim Follin rendition of the classic Bionic Commando music. Oh my word, the guys, they just keep coming. My fire button isn't the most responsive. Whoa. Oh, this is going to be another one of those games that's just ridiculously difficult. Why aren't you dead? Can you die? You can die. Okay, we've got flip scrolling. Not the end of the world. I know some people kind of think it is, but it's not really, is it? Good job, I was flashing. What's that? Okay, I don't know, but I destroyed it. Dead. I can't. Well, let's float across. There we go. Float. No. Oh dear. This is not going to end well. That was quite a fall there. Okay, the enemies just keep spawning. Distressing. Oh no, I've released the bees. Not the bees. Oh, come on, don't fall on the spikes, you Goomba. Oh, great. Yeah, no, just leap off the edge. Amazing stuff. With the parachute, it feels like you're just going to disappear. Can I not? There we go. Right into the path of the bullet, and that's game over. Wow. Yeah, this is going to go well, isn't it? This is the elite gameplay you all tune into the joysticks for. Right, alright, you can shoot down, but I can't shoot up. That doesn't strike me as fair. At least let me grapple you. No! There we go. It seems like killing the enemies just makes them respawn from the top again. Right, you can't shot out of midair. You can't grapple in midair. I was thinking maybe enemies above you is so awkward. I mean, unless I'm missing something, I don't think you can shoot up. But how on earth are you supposed to get past this bit? I can't grapple onto there. I can't jump. Oh, there's a... Ah, there we go. Okay. Oh, right into the spikes, of course. I don't know what that thing was. I went through the platform. That's so harsh. Have I got to press fire to stop deploying the parachute? Is that how that works? Okay, here we go. Right. We try again. I'd like to see that platform, because it seems like I can't. Yeah, you can't grapple it if it's not on the screen. So it's, oh yeah, fire gets rid of the parachute. Okay, we're learning. Grapple, please. Not into the spikes, please. So I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to get across there without ending up in that pit of spikes. Not the bees. Okay, we got further. Technically further. I know it was only about 2 screens worth of distance, but we technically got further. Let's give it another go, shall we? I think the problem with some of these Capcom games, I didn't really talk about this when we looked at LED Storm, but it's... What am I supposed to do when they're above me? Come on. Keep your grenades to yourself, son. What was I saying? They're really early games, aren't they, really? In terms of the life of the ST. I don't think programs really necessarily knew how to get the most out of the ST at this point. You're supposed to grapple, you fool. Oh my word. Right, let's do that. Okay, I got a thing. I don't know what the thing does. And we got further. Right, you could... I think it was a better gun. Look at them all up there. See, Base up. Great. This game. Absolute nonsense. They just keep coming. How many enemies? Of course you can shoot me up there. What's that? Should we drop down and try and get that? No, we won't. I guess it because it went off the screen. Zip. Alright, again, how do I get past that? Oh. It's so clunky. What are the cool... Go on, grapple it. Ugh. I can't go down. Alright, it's nice to know that the grapple kills the men. Oh. I was lucky not to get spiked there. It's so clunky, the movement, and the movement is one of the best things about the Nintendo version. Oh, you'll have to let me know if you're familiar with... Oh, no. I got killed by a chocobo. Oh, my days. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at the manual. That'll help us, won't it? I don't imagine it will. What have we got then? We got some story. We've got some controls. Left, right, crouch. This is weird. Joystick back, joystick forward. It means like up and down, doesn't it? Press fire. Yeah. No, none of these are actually useful. Swing, swing. Detach. That might be useful. Pressing down detaches the bionic arm. So those where I was swinging into the pits, I've obviously got to detach a bit earlier. Or climb up it. I could just climb up it. That's what I should do. And then you won't swing into the spikes? Maybe? Okay, alright. So I'm glad we went to the manual. That does sound slightly useful. What else have we got? We can pause, we can reset. Okay, any tips here? So we can get more weaponry. I did pick up something, a rapid fire gun, I think. Okay, level 1 is the Dying Forest. Is it just story? Yeah, it's just story, isn't it? Yeah, it does say the trees are inhabited by a species of killer bees. Oh, and then the vicious flying creatures. That's the chocobo that took me down. These must be either destroyed or avoided. Yeah, I did neither. Okay, I'm going to give it another go. Come on. Let's see if we can get a bit further. But once again, at least we've got some cool music to listen to while we play a pretty sucky game. Yeah, you can see what you're doing. Rubbish, both of you. Get annihilated. Alright, let's not bother with you. You take 3 shots and you just keep running towards us. You're bad news. Oh, okay. Running into that is death. I mean, look at these ones dropping in. No! Look! Surely your sprite has to be completely off the edge before you fall. Surely. Oh, look at... Okay, he's gone. Oh. Okay, so that was annoying. So I kind of grappled and went up onto the platform, which caused the guy on the platform. Look, I want to grapple that. Come on, it shouldn't be that hard. And I still swung into the spikes. I was pressing down, but no, that's not going to work. Now I've missed the power up. Don't get the bees. Don't get grenaded. Oh my word. Oh yeah, you're just going to keep coming. Yep. What am I supposed to do there? Oh, I wonder if grappling you is more effective, maybe. Get grappled. Probably not. It probably still takes 3 hits, doesn't he? Crouching means I shoot and grapple. I mean, I don't know what I'm shooting out of. It looks like my forehead. I mean, I am bionic. So grappling makes them fall over, doesn't kill them. So shooting is better. But not as good as grenades, apparently. Right, I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Everything I do in this game feels clunky. and difficult to control. No, I was there! Okay, good. I thought that was a drop of death. It wasn't. Okay, what does that say? Base? Oh, I got shot. I thought I was going to make it to the base then. No. No, I wasn't. Oh dear. I had high hopes for these Capcom games, you know. I thought it's Capcom. They'll be good games. They're converted by Software Creations, who made such an amazing Bubble Bobble port. It's got to be good, right? What's annoying is how fragile you are. How clunky your control system is. Why? Okay, swing! Drop! Not yet. Oh, drop too soon. Dead. Okay, this time, here we go. Get out of it. No! Got grenaded. They're so good with their grenades. The problem is, it seems like there's next to no point in shooting the baddies because they just keep respawning. And I've fallen again. And that jump is irritating beyond belief because you can't grapple what you can't see. And the only way to see the thing to grapple is to repeatedly grapple against the edge of the screen. Meanwhile, these infinitely respawning enemies just keep coming. I did the swing without dying on the... Oh. I was about to say dying on the spikes. Yeah. Oh. They're so accurate with their grenades, that's annoying. Alright, I'm not playing anymore. I know that's really lame. We've only seen the first stage, but it's so poor. I don't see the point in playing it. But we can see what the reviewers of the time thought, the contemporary critics. So here in ST Action in September of 1988, they gave it 67%. So, I was thinking it's an early ST game. It's, people are still learning the ropes when it comes to coding on the ST. But no, even the critics back then thought that this was pretty poor. But saying that, NC here, in their opinion, says this: at long last, Go have managed to lure a respectable game into their stables. Capcom's Bionic Commando may have been obscure in the arcades, but with both US Gold and Software Creations, who incidentally programmed the huge hit Bubble Bobble behind them, Go cannot fail to make some waves within that huge sea of games. I found Bionic Commando rather Ghosts and Goblins-esque. It's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Ghost and Goblin-esque. The graphics, while being somewhat small, were detailed and well drawn. Controlling the Commando became a little tiresome. I agree. Especially when the little fellow's bionic arm failed to hit its mark. I agree. The constant tune, despite being quite catchy, soon forced me to decrease my monitor's volume setting. I will not have this anti-Tim Follin sentiment. Thank you very much. Bionic Commando will undoubtedly help enhance Go's reputation, although I wasn't overly impressed. Let's see. Okay, let's see what JS said. JS said, the title of this game suggests that the Go label is failing to fulfill its promise of originality first and foremost. But even a cursory glance at Bionic Commando reveals that it does not conform to the usual Commando game criteria. This is platform gameplay at its most infuriating, and the bionic arm is a stroke of genius. Yes, it is, but it's so poorly implemented here. It's not fun to use. Right, SM says, on hearing the news that Go were to convert this little known coin-up, I was a little apprehensive. The conversion was commissioned to Software Creation, who thankfully have done the game justice. Everything from the coin-up is present and the graphics are spot on. The stomping robots on level 4. Level 4, yeah. Love to see those. Tunes, again, the tunes are varied but tend to grate after a while. No, we're not having it. All in all, a very close conversion. It If all the Go Capcom licenses are as close as this, then roll on Tiger Road. Tiger Road. I don't know that one. Is that on the ST as well? I have to look out for that one. Anyway, moving on. Whoa! Games Machine gave it 91%. What a huge score. That's ridiculous. 91%. Bionic Commandos, interesting. Pluralised. I've seen it pluralised in adverts as well. But no, it definitely should be Bionic Commando. Is a highly playable and generally well implemented conversion of a great, if not entirely successful coin-op. It says on both machines in the review here, because this is a review of the Spectrum and ST game. Let's see, colourful background graphics, blah blah blah. In both versions, gameplay is very similar, with ST the hardest because attacks by guards, birds and other foes are constant. Yeah, I found that annoying. That you kill the guards and then there's just more respawning. You're almost punished for killing them. Imagine that, punished for killing somebody. It would be better if there were guards stationed at different parts of the level, and once you killed them, you killed them. That was that. I think it would actually make the game way more enjoyable. The speed with which the Commando moves on the Spectrum, much quicker than the Commodore, is a definite benefit. Okay, blah blah blah. This is the problem with these mixed reviews. It's like trying to find the ST version, but okay, but still 91%. Flipping heck. It's definitely not 91%, guys. And Ace really liked it as well. Ace normally have their feet on the ground, don't they? Not with this one. 838 out of 1,000. Oh my word, let's see what they say. So this is one of their update ones, so they've reviewed the C64 version, now they're updating it and telling you what the ST version is like, saying that this is the most visually attractive version, does justice to the ST. Behaviour patterns of the enemies, they don't appear at specific points, but instead, here we go, 2 opponents are always on screen, falling in from the top when one gets killed. This makes the game a lot tougher because there's never any respite. Why did they do that? That's annoying. Results in frustrating and unavoidable deaths from the sheer numbers of opponents being thrown at you. Yeah, but again, 838, so high. Okay, Mark Luckham in ST User in October 88, he gave a slightly more accurate score of 7 out of 10. Let's see. Bionic Commando is a worthy enough game but suffers from dodgy playability. It's a good game, but it's just bad on the playability stakes. Come on now. All too often, unavoidable death again. Recommended only if you fancy a pretty stiff challenge with loads of scenery. Bizarre review. Oh, there's a bit more here from Nick Outerside. This is definitely a kill or be killed romp for only the most skilled of arcade junkies. That's my problem. I'm definitely not one of the most skilled arcade junkies. You need to be quick on the fire button if you're to survive for long. Some of the sprite movement is clumsy. Consequently, I would suggest that you try before you buy. Very sensible, Nick. I agree. I think, yeah, respawning enemies, like the reviews have said, just make it way too difficult, way too random seeming. You can't plan ahead. There's no precision. You can be punished for killing an enemy because then one will respawn right in your face. The clunky way the arms works and then doesn't work. The way that the screen jerks and you've got to try and get the screen to move so you can see where you want to attach to. That's just bad. And yeah, like that they said there, the sprite movement is clumsy. It does feel very clumsy, which is a real shame. Like I said, I've not played the arcade version, but maybe you have. If you've played the arcade version, let me know. Is this a good representation of the arcade? I can't imagine it is. There's no way it'd be that famous if it was like this. Right, that settles it. I'm going to have to buy a Mister, set up some arcade cores and play some of these in the most authentic way I can at home, at least. Because we need to compare these. There's no way the arcade version is this bad, surely. Anyway, that's Bionic Commando, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did not enjoy playing it, but it's always fun making a video for you guys, and it's always fun hearing your opinions, so make sure you comment down below. And I'll see you next time.